what's going on? It's Kevin Kenny, and this is Fresh Out Live, the show that each and every Friday on MTV, we bring you new music, pop culture news, and your favorite artists all in one place. And this Friday, today, no different. We got actor and creator Joseph Gordon-Levitt stopping by. He's going to be talking all about his new YouTube series. First, let's talk about the latest in music news this week. Chloe and Halle delivered their new album, Ungodly Hour, and the ladies described the entire sound as baddie vibes. If you love their singles Do It and Catch Up featuring Sway Lee, then this is the album for you, and you definitely should be checking out Ungodly Hour this week. Leon Bridges dropped his new single, Sweeter. The track also features Terrace Martin and sounds just like the title suggests. And NLE Choppa delivers the 5th installment of his Shotta Flow series, along with a music video directed by Cole Bennett.
With what? I'ma swing with the pot. He's not cherishing it. 18 G's like straight jacket music. I belong in the silence and failing me. Still what they keep on selling me. This recipe is deadly. See, I be dripping like relish.
Alright, and next up we have a very special guest, as I just mentioned a little bit ago, to talk about his new YouTube series, Create Together with Me. He acts, he sings, he produces, he does it all, and dare I say, is a creative genius. Mr. Joseph Gordon-Levitt.
That's very kind of you. Thank you.
Yeah, I like to lead with the big hyperbolic compliment. But thank you so much.
That's a lot to live up to, yeah.
I know. This better be like the best interview ever.
I'm ready.
All right, first and foremost, can you tell us a little bit about Create Together with Me?
Yeah, so it's about exactly that. People being creative together, especially in this time right now where a lot of us are facing that feeling of isolation that's come from this crazy pandemic. And, making things together is a really intimate human connection. It's different than other kind of things you can do online where you're just chatting or reading the news or whatever. When people are actually making things, and people make short films, people make music, people tell stories, and we're just kind of documenting that process. People finding each other, collaborating online, and making all kinds of art together, and coping with this strange time with that kind of human connection you get by being creative together with other people.
Are you happiest when you're creating, would you say?
I have a harder time just sitting in a room all by myself and like getting an idea. Being like, okay, now I know what to make. I'll make it all by myself.
Right.
I grew up on sets, working on movies and shows and things like that. So I'm used to collaborating. And online can be sort of a lonely place. You're sitting there at the computer. You're like, yeah, I want to upload something I made to Instagram or YouTube or whatever. But it's hard to do it all by yourself. And that's what Hit Record is this is the community that I started years ago with my brother. And it's all about that kind of collaboration of people not just posting stuff they made on their own, but making things together.
That's awesome. How do you choose what makes it onto the show, just with so much content across the board?
Yeah, so every project has to have a leader. And this is a big part of what you can do on Hit Record is if you start a project, then you get to be the leader. And, the truth is it takes work to lead a project, to rally people, to gather collaborators, to keep them organized, updated, and take a project across the finish line. And that's what our app does, is kind of helps you do that and break your process down into steps and complete them and update people. But if you're the leader, then you're the one that decides okay, I got a number of contributions to this writing step. I'm going to pick which one we're going to move forward with and then move on to the next step. Now let's get actors to perform that writing. And so there's got to be a human being. It's not like a computer algorithm making the decisions. And it's not a popularity contest where people just vote and we, pick whoever wins the best votes. It's a human process. And with our series, I'm directing it along with a production team of very talented, hardworking people. And so, yeah, it's got to be human artists driving those creative decisions, I think.
Have you seen anything in terms of the submissions, changes in creativity with the new YouTube series, just given everything that's going on in the world?
In the last couple of weeks, we've seen a lot of people expressing themselves and making art about what's going on in the streets right now in response to George Floyd and the tragedy that's happening right now. And that's really meaningful too, to see people express themselves together, find those collaborators. I think art is often a really productive way to get at those feelings when the feelings are really intense because there's something really horrible going on. And I've been really proud of that, seeing our community rise to that occasion right now as well.
Yeah.
What did you do with Ubisoft though? That caught my ear.
This is a game that we actually have 2 games going with them. We did something with their game Watch Dogs Legion, and then we're doing something with their game Beyond Good and Evil 2. And the community is making music and other assets that'll go into the game. So instead of them just taking finished music that's going to go into the game, they'll come into our platform and say like, hey, let's all work together on a song. And, you know, one person can make the beat, one person can contribute bass, someone else can add lyrics, someone else can sing them, and we get dozens and dozens of people on each song. And a lot of these are musicians who aren't necessarily professional musicians, who wouldn't necessarily have the opportunity to have their music featured in a big Ubisoft video game normally. But we've a dozen or two songs that our community is making collaboratively are gonna go in this game. So it's exciting.
And then finally, before we let you go here, Joe, can you share any advice for those who want to start getting creative, making stuff just like right now, immediate stuff they can start doing?
I really do think that reaching out to other people, from my personal experience, that's key. Trying to do it alone is hard. You sit and you look at a blank page and you're like, what should I write? What should I sing about? What should I make a movie about? I don't know. I have an idea, but that probably sucks. No one will care. And you can go around and around in your head and it's hard. Whereas if you have even just one collaborator or a couple, then you have feedback. You have, you know, someone to anchor you, someone to say like, someone to give you encouragement, someone to say like, that is a good idea. That's not a good idea. Let's do this. Let's encourage each other. Let's hold each other accountable and stick to it. If you can be creative together with other people, I find it's way easier to actually get stuff done. And I guess the other piece of advice I would offer is like, keep in mind why you're doing it. Are you doing it because you want more followers? Are you doing it because you want to be rich and famous? If so, just be prepared for disappointment. Because ultimately, no matter how many followers you get, no matter how rich and famous you get, and I know some people with lots of followers, lots of money, and lots of fame, that is never going to be what satisfies you and makes you happy. It just never is.
Yeah.
Whereas, if you can turn inwards and take satisfaction in the doing of it, in the creative process itself, if you can love making music, like you said, or making movies, or writing, or drawing, or whatever it is you like to do, if you can love it because of that flow that you get into that we talked about a second ago, because it feels good to do it, because it's satisfying to finish something and to express yourself, that's where, in my experience, the joy really comes from.
That external fuel, man, it runs out fast, right?
Exactly.
Well, Joe, thank you so much. This was awesome just hanging out. I wish you were on drums to like play us out, but in the meantime, be sure to, if you're watching this right now on MTV, be sure to check out the new series on YouTube, Create Together with Me. New episodes every Monday, correct?
Yes, sir.
Beautiful. And you can also download the Hit Record app right now where you can explore your own creative ideas, and who knows, maybe you'll even find yourself on a future episode, which will be pretty cool. As always, don't forget to tune in next week for a new episode of Fresh Out Live right here on MTV. You never know who's going to stop by. I'm Kevin Kenny. See you next time.
Thanks, buddy.